from the American, the North American
Islamic World League.
I'm gonna get it. I'm kind of speeding, so I'm on a time clock, so I don't want Sandman to get me. But I had to set the tone because as a convener and also a practicing politician, not just one who theorizes about it, not one that convenes, but an elected official of this state. And thank God, a paid elected, because not as paid as well as some of the others. And so I want to say to you all that what the result of this present gathering is a result of Imam Deen Mohammed being the first Muslim American. He is the first Muslim American. He picked up the American flag when I have been in debates with other Muslims, and I've been in debates with Brother Jimmy has been there with me. And we have heard people asking whether or not it was allowed. Do we have to get a goddamn check from overseas to say whether or not it's allowed to vote? Well, I tell you, as a one who was born in Lynchburg, Virginia, I don't need the permission of no check to do anything. I don't need the permission of any machine boss to give me right to do anything. So I want to say also to you, there is politics involved even within this community. We have leaders that don't support us, and I'm going to tell you something, they're not going to sit with us next year. They're not. You can't have people who don't support us. In the political order, if you don't give support, they get rid of you. They are political bosses. I am loyal to a political order called the Community Imam Deen Mohammed. But in political purpose, I'm an independent, practicing politician. I tell people my law is first and foremost to Imam Deen Mohammed, the second, as I was loyal to Imam Deen Mohammed the first. And before I decided to run for office, I didn't throw my hat in the ring or my kufi. I was asked to run by the mayor because he had seen me in the city where I'm in practicing Islam. So how do we practice Islam? We don't have a mosque. Because I went to meet everybody in the ward. I went to all the funerals. I even performed marriages for people. I was a servant. They say you cannot lead except you serve. And therefore, the mayor of the city asked me, he said, we were thinking about drafting you. I said, thinking about drafting me for what? He said, to run for council. I said, I'm an imam. And I told him, I said, prior to you asking me, the machine boss had come to me when I came to town. They thought I had been invited to town. And there's another Italian group, I won't call them what they're called. But they had sent the mayor to this particular city I am in. And that's how the process works. People have groups ran. They want their leader. So they knew, they checked me out. They knew I was close to Imam Muhammad first, so they thought he had sent me. This is 2003 when I moved to Lincoln. What office are you running for? I said, I'm running for the bus station, the train station, the airplane, and the nearest time I can get out of this town. I'm only here to live. Then he came and made another offer. I said, I'm not interested. He said, well, what office would you be interested in? I said, there are only 3 offices I would be interested in. The president, the governor, or the United States Senate, and possibly a federal judge. Since I'm not a lawyer, I can't be a federal judge. I have no desire for politics. My desire is to make the community of Imam Deen Mohammed the leadership party. The guy took the water off the table and he knew the meeting was over. That's what I want to make clear. Because there are leaders that whisper about me. He's a politician. Well, I am a pretty skilled one. Most of my politics operate with the youth. I'm trying to bring you forward, the 2.5 million of you and more, to come together as a body. The election is coming up next year. Huh? No, I'm talking the 2020 election. Well, let me finish, John. The 2020 election is coming up for the President of the United States. And we have to understand something. I'm giving you the political philosophy, not the politics. I'm telling you that people are watching us. And I told an aide to the governor, I told the governor this, and another mayor, hey man, if you don't have enough respect for us to come to our meeting, I'll tell my people not to vote for you. I meant it. You go to everybody else, I ain't looking at offend the Indians. Even though last week, the Indians invited me to speak, not the Indians, the Pakistanis. No, I'm speaking of a specific group, brother, not no guest group. The Pakistanis, they're all from India, they just split up politically. So I call them Indians, period. I'm closing out now. But I have to say these things. And I think the audience has given me permission to go on until I finish, and you all can take care of the politics business. I'm not going to be impolite. I told the Prime Minister of Kashmir, I said, as a representative of the ex-slaves, I participated in making America possible for all people. I worked in the civil rights movement, and I made it possible by working under Imam Mohammed to make Islam safe. So I have some expertise, and he was doing like one of y'all get ready to do, tell me come off stage, and the audience told him, they said, let him speak, because I was speaking truth. And guess what? I got a chance to put the commercial in. We're holding our 30th year anniversary in Newark, New Jersey, August 30th, 31st, and the 1st. And why we do that, some of y'all go to these foreign Muslims and you're just weakened in water. You go to them begging, they will never respect you until you stand up. Right in my city of Linden, and I'm closing. They will have a Ramadan celebration in Linden. I'm a councilman, and you are not going to come to me. I find that by accident. I told this lady, you're nothing but a racist. Oh no, I can't be a racist, because I teach black students. I said, make you more of one.
That's right.
And she said, I studied black studies. I said, make you a double one. And so somebody asked me, a Negro asked me to apologize to her. I said, I ain't apologize to her. My days of being a Negro is over. And my mayor supported me. So let us stand up and be men and women. That's why we make Kiyam, to stand. What do we stand? We don't recite anything we want when we stand with the Quran. We recite the Quran. So Allah is telling us to stand on the word of God. Now, I'm not here to give you a sermon, but I had to set the tone, because we will never have political power. We will never have economic power until we put the word of God first and be courageous and be men and women and look even the governor in the eye and tell the governor, that's what I told you, you can go to everybody else's affair. In fact, I was here before you were, and I smiled. See, when you got people authority, respect them, at least with a smile. I came here for that. Now you're going to be at everybody else's place. And I told one of the mayors the same thing. You want us to stand with you? If I pass the word on you, and we're going to get stronger.
Yes, sir.
Pass the word on you, you will be out of office. So it'd be wise for you to stand. You can't be a tomato. And you can't be a donkey. You got to be a man and woman. Peace be on you. And
that's right.
As always, he's very fired up, ready to go. We recommend Mohammed with his life.
That's your calling, bro.
Thank you. So we thank you for that. But for the sake of time, brothers and sisters,
No, I know. I know. That's why I had to tell that crew here that.
Being here, and we have people from the Census Bureau who'd like to share with you the importance of the census. If we aren't counted, we don't get the share of funds we should get. Now, I'm a county commissioner. I know how the dollars work. We get about a $415 million budget, but if we aren't counted, everyone in the slave county, according to a real count, we don't get the fair share of federal dollars. So the census is very, very critical. With that, I want to introduce you to
Kevin Derrick.
Kevin Derrick.
of Linden, the fourth ward.
Thank you, brother, for yielding the floor to me. Thank you, brother Imam. Thank you, brother Jimmy, for inviting the 2020 census to this very important 30th annual Muslim convention. Very important, targeted group of individuals that we need to reach out to, and we certainly appreciate the invite. And I would be remiss if I didn't just mention my colleagues in the room. Donald Wallace is here, Mario Leo right there, and Miriam Ibrahim. Miriam, she handles our Arabic outreach. So she's here. She thought she would have to speak in Arabic to a few individuals. She's ready. We have Arabic literature to address the audience. So again, I thank you for the invite. Real quickly, we have a 30-minute presentation. We have a 10-minute presentation, and I'm going to do a 10-minute presentation and explain to you in 10 minutes what the census is all about, and then I'm going to talk about the job opportunities, which is so very important. Briefly, mandated by Article 1, Section 2 of the we are mandated by Article 1, Section 2 of the U.S. Constitution that every 10 years we must count every single person in the country, every 10 years. And this has been going on since 1790. Now, we haven't been doing the census since 1790, but the organization has been in existence since 1790. And we determined the number of seats in the U.S. House of Representatives. New Jersey in particular, we have 12 U.S. Congress people. We lost 1 seat as of the 2010 census. We lost 1 congressional seat. So it's very important that we must count that we have representation in Congress. Number 2, it determines $675 billion that is dispersed amongst the states. And those dollars go towards senior programs, schools, nutrition programs, again, senior programs, housing development. So that $675 billion is dispersed among the states, and New Jersey gets a section of that. So for 2 reasons, that's why we do the count. Number 3, it determines the allocation, as I mentioned, of $675 billion. Number 4, it provides insight in terms of government, business, and community planning. So, responses to the census is protected by Title 13. And Title 13 simply says that when you fill out your questionnaire starting next March, April 1st is Census Day. When you fill out that information, the only thing that we ever send out are statistics, data. We never divulge names, social security numbers, so your information is protected by Title 13. And that also means that myself and all of my colleagues here, we have to protect that information. We sworn to secrecy for life. And if we violate divulging that information, it's a 5-year sentence in prison, and it's a $250,000 fine for us. So everyone who works for the census, we are sworn to that secrecy under Title 13, and just basically the cybersecurity. We have cybersecurity in place, so when you upload your information this time online, once that information is given to us, that information is not available any longer online. So what happens to build up for the 2020 census? We start 2 years in advance, and what we do is called LUCA. It's called address lookup. So we send information to all of the municipalities. We send addresses to all of the municipalities in the country, all of the counties, and they verify the addresses. They verify every address in that town for us, so that our data bank is good with their data bank, and we have all of the addresses. That's LUCA lookup. And after we do the address verification, we start the partnership program. And myself and all the colleagues, we're part of the partnership program, where we go out to every community and we create partnerships. We create what are known as complete count committees. And Brother Jimmy Smalls is working with us, and he has agreed to galvanize all of the Muslims in the state of New Jersey. And he has a complete count committee to make sure that all of the Muslims are counted for 2020, and we appreciate that, Brother Smalls. That's why we're here. We're here on his invitation. And after we do the partnership program, next March, we're going to send out questionnaires to every home. And we're also going to send out postcards indicating that the census is coming April 1st. Fill out your census. And then the last phase of the process is by December 31st, we must have a complete count of every single person December 31st, 2020 in this country, and it's given to the President of the United States, and the President signs off that this is the complete count. And April 1st of 2021, those numbers will go out to the states, where the states will start redistricting and creating legislative districts. But it's based on our census count. And real quickly, for the first time, this is the first time that you will be able to fill out your census online, via the telephone, or paper questionnaire in the mail, or you'll be visited by an enumerator. Somebody will knock on your door. So right now we are in the address canvassing phase. The address canvassing phase started August, the 1st of August. It ends the end of October. And what that means is you will see census workers in your community, and we are now verifying those addresses that we got back from the county to make sure that the addresses are there. We have the number of units. So people are working right now. In Essex County, people are paid $20 an hour, $20 to $21 an hour to do this. And we're in the address canvassing phase. So you will get, if you live in a single family household, you will get a questionnaire with a number on it, an identification number. And you could go online and fill out your census online. Or you can pick up the telephone and call and fill out your questionnaire. And we will have individuals, it'll be in Spanish, English. We'll have individuals to help in 12 other languages that people can call if they don't understand. They can call on the phone with 12 other languages. And then we have support for 59 other languages, videos and how to fill out the questionnaire. And what we're hoping is that we could create additional complete count committees, and I'm going to call on this brother down in North Carolina to see if we can create a complete count committee down in North Carolina. And then, of course, I'm just going to be wrapping it up right now, and I just want to talk about the jobs. You can go online. We have information here, right here, where you can go online and you can apply 2020census.gov/jobs. And we'll give out literature for all of you. Again, in Essex County, Union County, the pay is $20 to $21 an hour. We're going to have 8 offices in New Jersey. We're going to have an office opening up in Newark, an office in South Plainfield, an office in Trenton, of course, and then Egg Arbor down in South Jersey. So how it simply works, when you go online and you apply for the job, and I'm hoping that all of you would do that as soon as possible. When you apply for the job, when you put your zip code in, that is the area you will be working, because you are the trusted voices in the community. People trust you more than I'm getting up here talking. I'd rather Brother Smalls get up and talk, or the Imam or someone, because they are the trusted voices. They don't know me from a can of paint. And that's why we work with individuals and organizations for them to get the word out. To wrap up real quickly, again, we'd like for you to apply online for jobs. We're counting every person once, and only once, and in the right place. What does that mean? One of the most undercounted population are the children 5 years and under. And what happens, that's $675 billion. You get that, states get allocated money every year for whatever portion of money they're going to get. They get that for the next 10 years. So when we undercount children 5 and under, guess what? In 10 years, they're going to be in school. And no additional federal funds are coming. So it's very important that we count the children, senior citizens, to make this happen. And again, we're looking on all of you. We trust your voices to help us to become volunteers. If you're retired and you don't want to make any more additional money, we'd like for you to volunteer for a complete count committee, volunteer with the governor's office. We're in all the governor offices creating complete count committees. And if you have any questions about the job, you have any questions about the census, I'll take a few questions. Yes, sir.
With the jobs, what is the turnaround time for the Census Bureau to actually get back to someone who went online and applied?
Excuse me, please. Would you stand up and ask your question? We can all hear you. Thank you very much.
What is the turnaround time with the census when you apply for a job? Last year, I had a few kids, I'm a teacher in high school,
Yeah.
who applied for jobs and they just didn't hear anything back.
Okay. So his question is, he has a few kids who applied for jobs and they didn't hear anything back. So what happens is, right now, we only have 2 offices open in New Jersey right now. We have the Trenton office and we have the Egg Harbor office. Okay, so as we begin to gear up for the census back in for January of next year in spring, those names are still in our database, and we will be calling individuals who have already applied on the list. First come, first served. First come, first served. We'll be contacting those individuals to answer your question.
Have time for one more question? I'm a retired teacher too. I'll call it if I have to. One more question? No? Let's thank our brother.
I'll make a statement.
There we go. Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum. Jihad Select, not speaking on behalf of Islam people at this time. Just in support of what was just said today. I know, how many of you are not from New Jersey here?